Hi, I'm Mika Truman, and welcome to Frankincense School of Mystical Arts. Welcome to my Patreon, my YouTube channel. Welcome to MeWe and Rumble. But most of all, welcome to Frankincense School of Mystical Arts, where you can learn to be psychic. We have some great psychic courses over on our website where you can take the classes. It's just a small fee, but you can tap into your gifts and abilities and learn how you too can become psychic and receive information for yourself and for friends and family too. So I would love to tap on relationships. So it's really interesting because we're heading into a time where, and this is going into even 2021, 2022, but we're going into a really interesting time where you may start to learn about different personalities of those that you're in a relationship with, a love relationship, a friendship. This is even families, where you may start to realize people that you have known maybe even your whole life. You may be married to them, have been married to them for a long time. Then all of a sudden, you start to learn this new way about them. They may have this secret life. They may have different relationships. They may have had many affairs. They may have had another relationship, another family on the side. They may have issues with porn. They may have even a whole other sexuality preference. This is where you could very well start finding out the most strangest things about people that you thought you knew like the back of your hand. And you're going to realize and see maybe you didn't know them at all. And we may be headed to where you see the relationships, the personal relationships, like marriages and girlfriend, boyfriends that you've been with forever. You may look at them and realize, I don't know them at all. All of a sudden they snapped, they've changed. I don't even know who they are. And it's not even as if they're really kind of going through a midlife crisis, because maybe they already went through that, or maybe they're way too young. But I strongly do get you're going to start seeing the biggest shift and change within your relationships. And some of it is good and some of it isn't. But some of the different things that I have been shown is that all of a sudden, where people are deciding that they don't want to be in this anymore. They're done. They're just kind of really finished. They want to do something else. They want to explore another avenue. And they just kind of just walk out and they leave you and they do something else. They may even get involved with someone else and then come back to you and express everything that you wanted to hear. They're back in your life. They're rebuilding trust. And they are treating you better than what they ever have, only for you to find out they're still involved with the other person. And they have been involved with them for quite a long time. You may see that someone that you totally believed in has turned into this major compulsive liar, or a sex addict, or they have been addicted to drugs and alcohol for years and you didn't even know it. I really get this type of energy, these different behaviors, these different faces and these masks. We may start seeing that they're all going to come off. And we very well may start seeing people for who they really truly are. Because we're going through a major transition within people. You're going through a major rebirth. We can't go through a major rebirth unless the past is dealt with or looked at, evaluated in some form. Are you going to keep it or are you going to move on? Some relationships you will choose to let go. As we enter into this fifth density, some people will choose not to go. They will choose to stay right where they're at because it's comfortable. It's like an old pair of shoes. They don't want to grow. They don't want to see. They don't want to move forward. They like themselves just as they are. And you will have to make the decision. Do you want to stay there with them or are you going to go? And what do you think that you're going to do? Are you going to choose your higher self, or are you going to stay behind and regret it? At first you'll say, no, I'm good. I'm totally good. I love them so much. I'm going to stay here and help them out. And I'm sure that I'll be able to convince them. And then, we're going to change our attitude. We're going to be happier. We're going to accept the way things are. And we're going to embrace this new life. And we're going to create a brand new life, better than imagined. Or you could stay put, where things probably will not become better. It may become worse and worse and worse. And this is about your job. This is about your identity. This is about the relationships that you have with others. Who are you? Are you full of love? Are you full of grace? Are you full of forgiveness? Or are you one of those that you're going to hold a grudge? And we're going to be mad for a long time because we can. And at the moment we feel it's going to serve us better. But if you choose to stay put, it could start to affect your health and your happiness and all of your relationships. And it's going to wear on you. But you can stay put if you want. That is your choice. But you very well may see those that you really trusted and that you really relied on, you found out that they weren't who you really thought they were. And it may make you sad, or it may make you stronger, and you may rise above it, and you may find this greater happiness that you never even thought was imaginable or possible. The choice is yours, whatever you want. But one thing about it is that it's going to be people making the decision on who they're going to keep in their lives and who they're not. And doing the yo-yo back and forth doesn't always pay off. Sometimes you have to put a limit on it. Okay, they came back once. I took them back. That's okay. We'll let it go. But then after 4 weeks, they did it again. They come back. They're so regretful, so remorseful. I'm so sorry. I can have another chance. Okay. So then you let them come back. And then they do it again. Remember, 3 times a charm. You've got to put a limit on it, because you could be doing this for a year. And you could be doing this 8, 9, 10, 12 times. You could. But what are you going to do? What do you want? Have you ever asked yourself that? What do you want? Sometimes we think we don't really have options, and sometimes we think that I only have that one friend. They're my only friend. But we've been friends for so long. I knew them since we were in kindergarten. They're not your only friends. And it's about loving them unconditionally and not being mad at them. And going on to the next friend and loving them unconditional. Loving everyone around you unconditionally. Because you can. But we're going through a time where, as you see people for who and what they are, you may not like what you see. And many of us, we always think we can fix everybody, and sometimes we can't. So kind of really realizing that you can't fix everyone. And if they haven't fixed and addressed this issue yet, up to date, they may not, because it's comfortable. And if they want to stay in a lifestyle, they can. If they want to stay addicted to the porn, the alcohol, the drugs, sometimes you can't change them. But you know what? Sometimes when you walk away, you give them that extra nudge to where they come running back towards you, doing everything in their power to prove to you that I am that person. But sometimes it takes walking out the door, and you really meaning that I'm walking out the door and doing everything energetically that you possibly can. Being in a good, happy place, meeting new friends, not looking backwards, not checking on them the way you've done it in the past. No, really getting into that energetic mindset. I'm done. And it's within that space where they realize, I'm losing the best thing ever. They rise to the occasion and they come running towards you. That is the most empowering place that you can be. And even if they don't come running back, that's okay too. You got a whole new, brand new world out there. Embrace it. Take hold of it. You're not going to see this energy for over 200 years. easy. So take it. You can have whatever you want. The choice is yours. So blessings to you. I really wanted to focus in on the relationships and the changes within relationships. And remember, if you enjoyed this video, please like and share it. And you can always find me on Patreon. We talk about things earlier and in advance. And you can easily join my membership YouTube platform. You can find me on MeWe and Rumble. But until then, have a blessed day, and I love you all.